Hello guys, welcome to my TV channel. This is Honda Assets TV channel. If you don't subscribe to this channel, please subscribe now and then click the bell button so you'll be getting notified anytime I post any upload on this channel. Yet again, I bring to you movies that you've missed. This is not actually an old movie. This is a near to current movie. It's not recent, but it's a movie that I've watched in the past that keeps ringing on my head. So that's why I brought it here for us to discuss about it. Money Heist. Money Heist is a movie that has to do with several thoughts, several thinkings. I don't think the person who wrote this movie, I don't think it's just some like a person that wrote this movie. It's a combination of thoughts, heads together, like putting heads together, so to arrive at this. Because you can't tell me that somebody can be so perfect and professional as the professor. The professor was so good in thinking fast. Like before you make a move, he already predicts what it's gonna be. So I don't think it's normal to have people like that on earth. Yeah, there are people like that, but the perfection with that professor is something else. You can't write it off. So someone else that another person that was perfect in this movie who played that role very well was that inspector, the female inspector that was pregnant, whom the professor delivered of a baby. So that woman too played that role very well. She was so smart. I don't like at a point I had to like I couldn't get convinced of about who is more smarter between she and the professor. The professor was so cool. Like he was like I mean it's magical how you can just stay and figure out something that that nobody can think of. Like I mean, you can like you make three steps of thoughts ahead. Like it's crazy. Like I don't understand. I've not seen someone like that on earth before. Like I know people think. I know people think smart. I know there are people that think very wisely, but I've not seen anything close to Professor. Like he perfected that role so much. Like he was so good in the role, having knowing what's gonna happen next, even without any clue, anything at all, any sign. But he knows that if you put your leg here, this is the next place you're gonna put the other foot. So like it's magical. I don't understand how someone can be like that. So it's crazy. This is one movie that we watched that we've seen in the past that I'm just bringing back for you to remind you of the good old days. Yes, the good old days is still there. I talked about Melin and Disika in my last video. So right now I'm still in the season one of Melin. I'm watching it. I'm actually in the episode six. So that's how much I love that movie. Like it's crazy that some of the times I just sit down to reminisce on on these old movies and how they made me feel when I was a child. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a good experience growing up. So it's a good one. And I forever remain thankful for people like this on our screens. And also, God bless the person who ever thought of bringing something like movie on the surface of the planet Earth. So just imagine life without music, without movies, without it's gonna be so boring. It's going to be very boring, and that's why I think I owe thanks a lot to um, the people who invented movie. Yeah, they did well. There are movies that you watch and you be like, let me watch it again. Money Heist is one of those movies. So Money Heist is a professional movie. Like it's professionally scripted. That you don't even like the suspense is much. You don't even it's unpredictable. But the bad thing there is that it also had a melancholic ending where Tokyo and Nairobi died. Nairobi died a painful death, and it's crazy. I don't like Nairobi's death was the most painful out of all. At least Tokyo died, but she died a hero. How she died was she exploded herself with a grenade, um, killing along with herself few other soldiers, few other opposing soldiers that came to attack them. So at least she died a hero. She died a hero. She died killing her enemies with her, just like Samson, who said, "Father, even if I have to die, let me die with my enemies." That was what Tokyo did, and kudos to her. It's a crazy one. but, but the funny part of this movie is the fact that they had to, after the heist, they took the gold and had to go to a far area to bury it under the ground and then build a house on it. Like that gold was worth their lives. You know what it is for you to plan a haste and maybe one or two things happens, the government intercepts it. It's crazy. Like after losing lives and even putting your life in danger, and then you end up losing everything. It's uncalled for. Now there's another movie that made my childhood very, very interesting, and this is it, Spider-Man. Hey, come on, who does this? Man, I'm just thinking like I don't know the mood I am today. I'm just remembering all the movies I watched before, the movies I've seen that made me who I am today. That made my knowledge a bit broad. So the likes of those movies, Spider-Man, Superman, Avengers, Iron Man. But my favorite out of the movies is Spider-Man. So and Hulk as well. This is a Marvel production, as well as Hulk. So it's a good production. All the movies they produce so far has been a top notch. So it's nice, and I kept watching. So even I played the game in PS2 in PlayStation then. Yeah, even on my phone while I was in secondary school, I played the games and it was interesting. Like imagine you as a Spider-Man throwing web and killing people, catching the thief and intercepting armed robbery, stuff like that. It's crazy. So it's a joyous thing to have done. Like it's very joyous to have done that when I was a child. So this is Spider-Man 3, where the Black Spider later turned an evil one. Yeah, it is allergic to noise, so that is why it's evil. It disturbed Peter Parker, and he had to pull it off. And the evil man who was there, who was Eddie, actually got it, and then he turned the bad man. Wow! And this is Hulk. Blonsky. Gringo, come on, don't play. This is Hulk. Hulk is another movie that made my childhood. So, all right, I'll see you in my next video. Just subscribe and then keep waiting as I engage you more. Peace out.